So I ordered a Backflip MX4, I think it is. Yeah, it's a MX4 from TruckPoint.ca up here in Canada. I've got on the other Hondas, I have the original OEM one, so I thought I'd give this one a try. Supposedly made in America, 1,700 bucks Canadian. I had to pay for this thing here. When it showed up, no instructions in the box. They gave you you could scan a little code, unload on your phone, which was just horrible. It took us probably 3.5 hours last night to try and get this on. These little rubbers here literally fell right off. Had to re-silicone those on last evening. But the real issue with this is you can see down the side, there's a bow in this rail. There was no way you can clamp it at the front and the back, nothing in the middle. Then when it came to try and fit this thing on the very back, let me lift this up. So this is part of the flip over part, but I could not get those white latches to fit into this rail here. This whole system was too narrow. We unbolted it several times, jammed a 2x4, pushed it back, tried and tried and tried, couldn't get it. Finally, I just took a grinder and I had to grind off here, so you can see on this side here, we had to grind that much out. Had to do the same over here, had to grind this out. Plus this rail was so floppy, I ended up putting a screw in. I think I'll try and put a pop rivet in it, but I was just trying to get this thing to fit. So you can look at how flimsy all that is and how much this keeps moving up and down. And what happens when you close the lid, this part folds in, and then you can't get this white latch to lock. So you can see, it's kind of hard to see there, but you can see that very difficult. We had to grind a whole bunch out to get it to fit. Again, this is a $1,700 cover that we had to start grinding on to get it to fit. These rails are super thin and flimsy here, so they flex with that whole clamping system. When you flip it back over here, and I'm just going to fold this up, the little plastic, I'm going to go around this side here. These little plastic things are just chintzy and cheap. They'd be broken in no time. When you flip the whole assembly up here, they put a little strap on the back here with a clip, and then when these are supposed to flip around and latch in, it's all just so cheesy. Just totally disappointed in the quality for a $1,700 cover. You know, I looked online before I bought this to see if I could find some comments on how it worked and what other people thought. Couldn't see too much, so I took a chance. And for a so-called, hey, let's ring the bell, made in America, this thing just does not stack up. Called TruckPoint this morning, and basically, number one, you can't talk to them. I just left them an email, told them I was unhappy with the product. Finally got someone to call me back. His first thing out of his mouth was, what about the box? I guess they put in small print somewhere, you can't damage the box or they won't take it back. So I'm stuck with this thing now. And he was basically indifferent to me, telling me how the fact that I had to grind this. I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation, right? But the fact they grind that, they're not taking it back, and it's my fault. So just for somebody else out there that's thinking about buying something of a Backflip, they're called. This is the MX4. I would caution against it. Just spend a little bit extra money. Go buy the OEM one from Honda. We have it on our other Ridgelines. And definitely I would avoid buying anything from TruckPoint.ca, because once they got their money, they're done with you. If you don't like it, too bad. So just kind of a warning out there. It was funny, last night we finally found somebody else's video of them installing it. They had the exact same issue trying to get this thing to latch on the very back end. He was going to reach out to the manufacturer. There were some parts missing in his kit also, but he did have assembly instructions. But same thing, he was a little disappointed in the product. So just I don't like it when I don't get treated right by a manufacturer and the quality's not there. So I'm just trying to share that information for whatever it's worth.